I have learned that it's not possible to have everything and do everything at the same time. Toastmaster of the day and my fellow Gaveliers. This quote by Oprah Winfrey perfectly relates to us all. At the end of this presentation, everyone here will understand the importance of drawing a line. I'm going to tell you a story of happiness and pain, love, rejection, and realization. Let me take you back to my schooling days, where like most of you, I hadn't realized how to live my life. But one thing I had learned was to be successful in this world, you needed to outwork and outlast the competition. With this in my mind, I gave my 100% to whatever I did. When I used to do judo, I went for practices 6 days a week. On some days, I was the only person there. And when it came to my studies, it was the same. With this mindset, I was able to represent Sri Lanka in international judo tournaments, as well as be selected to the University of Colombo. With everything going my way, I thought I had figured out how to live life. For a person who thinks they have figured it out, the happiness they feel, it's hard to put it into words. But I'll use the word joy. Everything in this world changes, including our perception. I learned this the hard way after I finished schooling. I decided to join CIMA to get an additional qualification to be more successful in life. In dramas, the life of the hero changes when he meets a girl. For the hero of this story, it's not much different. For the first few months when I joined Wisdom, I got a lot of new experiences. I also started a job. I started doing classes. I was an undergraduate and I had started a company. As you may be able to gather, my mentality from school days, it hadn't really changed that much. But then one day, this girl walked into my life. And that was the day I knew that she was the one for me. After months of talking, I asked her out, not really sure how she was going to answer. And when she said yes, I was at the top of the world. I couldn't believe that she was the one for me, the one that would make me complete, the one that would make me feel at peace. The difference between being happy and being at peace, that is what's called love. And oh boy, was I in love. Everyone knows the story of Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun. For the first few months, I was at bliss. I felt like flying. But then one day, she tells me it isn't working out. And I felt the wax in my wings melt away as I crashed into the ground. With a few words I could mutter, I asked, why is this happening? And she said that I didn't have time for her. Now, in hindsight, most of you may agree with her reasoning. But for a naive boy who couldn't even talk to girls properly, this made zero sense. He cared about her a lot. So what if he had a lot of things on his plate? He showed his love in other ways. This phase of my life is called rejection. If rejection was the man that walked along the road, pain was the shadow that accompanied him. With the world crashing around me, I decided to find solace in the only thing that had brought me happiness, my mentality to succeed. I dove into my studies. Exams was the only reason that I got out of bed. And with this mindset, I finished my CIMA exams in just 1.5 years. But the light I expected to see at the end of the tunnel, it wasn't there. When I knew that I had passed all my CIMA exams, I thought I'll feel ecstatic. Yet I felt nothing. I thought it was a fluke and I dived into doing CIM. And when I completed that in 3 months, I thought I'll be happy. Yet I felt nothing. Einstein had preached, The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But what did Einstein know about a broken heart? I pondered as I set my eyes onto doing an MBA. Few days before the registration, I got a call from the few friends I had in the university. And this call, it made me pause and look back at my life and see what I have missed. He told me about all the sports he did during freshers, all the friends he had made, all the activities he had done, all the clubs he was a part of. And it made me see how far I had drifted from what I had considered to be important in my life. I finally realized the meaning of what those words the girl told. I still believe that doing things that will make you successful in life is important. Because of the qualifications I have got opportunities which otherwise I wouldn't have gotten. But when you're old and gray and sitting in a chair looking into the sunset, you won't be thinking about your accomplishments. You will be thinking about the memories that made you happy and the moments that made you feel at peace. We work and do a job to live, but it's the memories that we make that we live for. So I ask you, where would you draw the line? Over to you.